there's a big difference between indifference and indifference, uh, as a reframe. So every time we face something traumatic and we make a new agreement with it, we get the opportunity to become another step indifferent to our trauma and its unfairness. When we avoid those things, when we don't face those things, don't acknowledge them, don't accept them, and don't strive to make a new agreement, then we're in deference to them. Right. So I'd much rather be indifferent. And think about what that word actually means. I'm in the difference. Cool. That means that in the difference, I am me. My trauma is another thing of its own. In other words, I am not my trauma. My trauma is not me. Never is, never can be, never will be. And it's literally in that difference where we get to go, oh, okay, you're just a thing over there. I'm going to look at you now. I'm not going to, you're not right here blinding me and controlling me and dominating me and leaving me in reactionary deference to you. In the difference, we're just like, yeah, okay, I'm me. My trauma is a thing, but it's not me. All we're doing is we're acknowledging and accepting that. That's how we raise our resilience and tolerance to looking at our trauma, right? Looking at the evidence of our trauma, looking at the unfairness of our trauma. And I know those are that's strong language around like murder and shame. But like that's what we're doing. Every time we can look at a clue, no matter where it comes from, no matter how it pops up. I've got lots of friends in law enforcement, and I've talked to them about, and I thought about being in law enforcement myself. I've talked to them many times about how they'll solve these really incredibly difficult cases almost by strokes of luck, right? In other words, evidence will arise that comes up in ways that they didn't expect in a rational manner to occur, right? They just had the intent of solving the crime, started looking at it, and before you know it, these little synchronicities and alignments jumped up at them. Some of them really brutal because they led to pretty preposterous and not pleasant to look at explanations of how a crime was committed, right? Usually the thing that makes it so unpalatable is how unfair it was. So if we have an ability to raise our tolerance and resilience to handling and accepting and acknowledging that kind of information, well, then we solve the murder, right? We get justice back. We can't undo the thing that happened, but we can restore the balance of the things that it's stolen in a way that is inspiring to us. It feels good. It feels right. It feels in alignment with the truth. So let's think of, well, try it on for size. I use this all the time in my own head. See what you think. But we're trying to move from indifference, right, to deferring our power to something, to indifference about it. Being indifferent to your trauma means that you can look at it, you can integrate it, you can accept all of its information, you can handle it, you can acknowledge it. You don't have to run from it, you don't have to avoid it. It's just a thing. And the more that it becomes just a thing, the more you realize that it's not you.